Hi, friends. So I have an audience today on the other side. My son just woke up from his nap, and he is actually the one that is tossing Letty her crackers so that she stays quiet on the other side of the camera. So he's super excited about this. I just wanted to show off my shirt. So Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. One of the best holiday movies ever, if not the best holiday movie. So I'm making Christmas cookies today. So cutout cookies, but I just call them Christmas cookies. And what's so special about this one is I was introduced to these when I met did my first Christmas with my mother-in-law Nancy, and it's her recipe, and I could not get enough of her cookies. They're just so good, and they're different than a typical cutout cookie that I've had before. And it's something that we really only make around the holidays. I don't know why. We definitely could make them year-round, but they're just so good. And I'm going to tell you guys all of the tricks and share the recipe. Nana, I'm sharing your recipe with everybody. But I just wanted to show you guys like the tricks that go into this and why I think these are so much more fantastic than other cookies I've had before. So I've already started by using powdered sugar, and this recipe only has powdered sugar in it, not regular sugar. So I have creamed the powdered sugar and the butter together already, so I started that one. And then I'm going to add an egg and vanilla to this. So bear with me real quick while I'm making this part of it. I always eyeball my vanilla because I feel like you can't go wrong with vanilla because it's pretty tasty. So a little bit of noise while I blend this together real quick. And one of the things, I did ask for one of these for Christmas, but my KitchenAid mixer does not have one of those like spatula edges to it. So I always make sure that I go in and I'm wiping it down and I'm wiping off the beater itself because I want everything to be mixed together. I've done a lot of prep for this video. You guys are going to see a lot of the different parts of it, but I'm just prepping this dough right here. Don't really want to talk over the blender too much. My microphone's closed, so I'm sorry if it's really loud. But also, if you have a KitchenAid mixer, the flour shield is one of the best inventions. You just stick it on top of your bowl, and then you can scoop your flour into it, hopefully not making too much of a mess. So again, bear with me with the noise. I'm just adding flour a little bit at a time. The recipe that I'm sharing, Nana has already recommended that we double it, so to make enough cutout cookies. So this is our second portion. So I've made 2 single versions of the dough, and I missed a little bit, but not too bad. All right, I'm done with this so that you guys just got to see how that kind of comes together. So I'm going to let this one go. But again, like I said, to double the recipe is really good. So that was just flour, cream of tartar, another unique thing to this recipe, and baking soda and a dash of salt. So, again, no regular sugar, it's just powdered sugar in it. And like I said, from the magic of TV, I've got my dough already done. So another unique thing with this recipe is how thick you leave the dough. Because I've already done everything, I had all of my stuff just out. It was really fun. I inherited a lot of my grandma's cookie cutters, and this actually was still in the box. I'm gonna bring it up close to you guys. So it's still completely sealed in the package. It says $1.19 grocery on it, but it was obviously a holiday pack. 1977 is what it says on it. I kind of want to keep this like sealed. I don't want to open it up, although these are the cutest shapes ever. So I was able to find other shapes. I have a gingerbread, I have a boot, I have a tree, I have a star, and if you guys have ever watched, ooh, the camera turned a little bit. Let me get this back just a little bit more on everything that I'm doing here. Okay. If you guys watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right at the beginning of it, Santa's very frustrated with what's going on, and Mrs. Claus has this funny line that my family jokes about all the time where she says, like, who ever heard of a skinny Santa? Eat, eat. I'm pretty sure that this this is a pretty skinny Santa here. But he helps out because all these other ones are like larger. So he definitely helps out in utilizing the space properly to get in like those nooks and crannies of extra dough. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour to my board here. So I chilled the dough for an hour. Got to make sure that it's nice and firm or otherwise it's not going to want to go nice. I always make sure that I flour the rolling pin itself. And now I'm just going to, I already used a third of the dough before, so I'm doing another chunk of third of dough. And I'm kind of pre-flattening it a little bit just so that it's going to roll nice. I kind of am making it into a square shape as well. I'm going to grab a little bit more flour from the side of my board here. Want to make sure that my rolling pin does not stick. So back and forth, back and forth. I kind of pinch together the areas that start to fall apart on it a little bit if it cracks. But if you guys have, for this recipe, this is how thick we want these. If you have like reusable straws, that is what I'm putting on either side of my dough. And when it reaches that thickness, I can't make the dough any thinner. That's how thick these cookies are. I think this is a pretty good measure. I don't know if that's 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, what it is, but whatever my reusable straws are. So this is pretty thick. So now you take your cookie cutter. If you've done cookies before, you want to make sure it's floured. Get it right up in the corner so you don't have too much waste. Bringing it close to the camera for you guys. That's a pretty thick cookie. So there's my star. Preheat your oven to 350. And these are only going to cook in the oven for about 8 minutes, or as Nana shared in my in the recipe that she provided me, slightly underdone is perfect. So yes, you don't want them overdone. She also uses Bluebonnet margarine. I didn't have any margarine in the house, so I used butter, so mine are going to be a little bit more crisp. But what I do with all of the little scraps, once I'm done with like my section, let's fit in a gingerbread right here. So I use my dough twice. And because I have divided the dough into thirds, I will also roll out this section and add it, roll it out, make it. And then I'm going to use all of that to make a larger dough again. So you start to use it too much and your dough is actually really going to change consistency because of how much flour is in your dough. So by the magic of television, again, I pre-made cookies. So you can see, so here's my boot, here's everything. They stay nice and thick. You really don't want them to get brown on the edges. You keep them just nice how they are. And here's the most fabulous part. So already it's almost like a Loft House cookie in a way. I don't particularly like the Loft House cookies. I think they're slightly too soft for me. These have a little bit more to them. But here comes the next best part. Nana's frosting. Crisco. Crisco is king in this one. So we've got Crisco and powdered sugar, and I wrote it down real quick. Milk, scalded milk, vanilla and salt. So it's a very basic frosting. It's not super sweet, which is another benefit. You do not need to put on a ton of it, but it's super white because of the Crisco, and I just love that. So I'm just going to, decorate one up here for you guys. I'm so excited. We'll have the girls later tonight, and so possibly maybe during the Packer game we'll do this. I also have gingerbread houses for us to do. But so I just put, a nice amount on top of here. I didn't double the frosting yet, so I may have to make more later, but that's okay. And then, I have all of these like fun seasonal sugary decoration things that I bought in the past. My mom actually found red, white, and green sprinkles for us. So just decorate them however makes your heart content. I'm going to go red on the boot for Santa's boot. And I'm going to take a bite. So because we made them with butter, they are a little bit more crisp than what Nana's are, but they're still so light for a cookie. I just love it. Oh my gosh, these are so good. I can't wait to make the rest of them, and they're not going to probably make it until Christmas. I'm not going to lie, they probably won't make it till Christmas. We also made another batch of peanut butter balls. I've made brownies today as a test batch because I'm cooking in Chef Pam's kitchen again this week. So I have a mommy and me class, or relative and child, however you want to do it. class tomorrow night that I'm hosting. And if that goes well, I think we're going to continue it. But doing some fun holiday themed things for that. So testing out some of those recipes as well. But these cutout cookies are fantastic. Two things I wanted to mention, just about Waukesha. So my husband and I, if you saw, we went to Plaza Family Restaurant. It's on the corner of Sunset and East. In that, it was at one point the Presidential Strip Mall, Presidential Plaza. I don't know exactly what it's called anymore, but it has like Little Caesars in it. Kim's Garden is in there as well. Fantastic. Loved our breakfast. It was really, really good. Came out quick, came out hot. Pancakes were really, really good. And I got a skillet, and the skillet was fantastic. Everything was chopped up into like nice small pieces that fit in my mouth perfectly. I didn't have to like chop and chop and chop. I got a skillet a few weeks ago, and I had to do some extra chopping inside of it. My husband got an omelet. It was gigantic, but it looked really, really good. And then last night, we actually went for a birthday party for our neighbor, and it was at Sporty's. And so I just assumed it was going to be inside of like Sporty's, like the bar. They have this whole game room I didn't know anything about. So I have to find out more information on this, how often the game room's open. But kind of think of it as like a Chuck E. Cheese or Stonefire on a smaller scale, because it is inside of Sporty's. But it's kind of way on the east side of the building, so closer to the Flanagan's bar that's inside of there. But my husband and I played, shot some hoops, competed against each other, played air hockey. Then we went into the bar and played a round of darts. The only thing that I won at was the air hockey. So I have to get my skills back up on my other sports. But it was really fun, and I'd love to take the kids again. So maybe we go bowling, and then we go and do that after. So I think it'll be really fun. But I'm excited for the holidays. I'm excited to finish these cookies. I will definitely share the recipe with all of you guys. And if you have a sugar cookie or cutout cookie recipe that you make, I would love to hear it. And yeah, have a great Sunday. Packers game is tonight, so go Pack. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.